All right, so we are live here on the United Ambition page, and I have Mr. Nathan from Push the Attack here. How are you doing
That's
tonight,
me.
Nathan?
I'm doing good. It's been a rough day, but I've been looking forward to this all day. So this is gonna be a highlight of it, and I'm ready to get started.
Absolutely. Well, honestly, I'm happy that this can make your day because here at United Ambition, what we try to do is, regardless of how hard it gets, our message to beginners and people that kind of get frustrated, get discouraged a little. We try to make them see that everybody kind of goes through the notions of being in a business and the music scene type thing. And that's why we're here. So I'd like to welcome everybody to the very first Throwback Thursday because Nathan here was nice enough to have an interview with us. And I guess we're going to be doing Throwback Thursdays now. So that's exciting. So you're the first one.
I'm number one.
You're number
Awesome.
one. All right. So Nathan,
What's
tell
up?
me, you are in a band called Push the Attack, and from one attacker to another, how does the attacker lifestyle feel?
Oh, it feels great. I wear it like a badge of honor. It just feels natural. Yeah, definitely. Was one of the things I noticed when I can't remember how long we've been acquainted on social media, but like I saw Smash Attack, I was like, okay. And I had that brainstorm. I was like, Attack Fest featuring
Yeah,
Smash Attack and Push the Attack.
absolutely. Oh my God, always. I mean, you know what the funny part is I can't sing a note and I don't play an instrument, but my life is the music scene. I cannot go without the local music scene. So this whole pandemic is like totally screwing with me right now.
Oh yeah.
So even though I don't play anything, I can't sing anything, trying to get
Me neither.
everyone's names out there. Oh, get the hell out of here. But trying to get everybody's name out there is like my mission. Like I'm very determined when it comes to that. So, you know,
Yeah, we
anybody
appreciate
that
you.
absolutely, and that's one of the things is I kind of wish like there were more people, like not to like toot my own horn type of thing, but I kind of do wish that there were more people out there like me just because,
Oh, absolutely.
if it was like that, the music scenes wouldn't be dying as fast as they are.
Yeah, we need
So,
definitely more outlets to, advertise on and stuff. So that's one reason why we appreciate you. You're out there on the front lines getting this done for us. And
hell
yeah,
yeah. Hell yeah. You know that
amazing.
I'll go through hell and back for you guys. You know that. I don't care. I'll go through whatever. All right. So, speaking of the music scene, so obviously you are in the music scene. Now, around about what time did you get into the music scene? Like were you kind of young or like
Well,
baby Nathan?
I was around, I'd say like 14, 15 years old.
Okay.
It was a very different scene back then than it is now. It was, thriving. It was good. Um, I was about 14, 15. Yeah, like I said, that's when I started like learning instruments like drums and guitar. And my cousin was actually in a band called Late Night Zero.
Okay.
They're a legend around here. They are a horror punk band. He was our front man, but sadly, I didn't know at the time he had left the band. But I still looked him up back on MySpace. Remember those days?
Oh yeah. You know what? They actually came back with something kind of like MySpace, and now it's called Space Hay.
Space
Same
Hay.
exact setup. It's
You can make your
nostalgic
own
as
like
hell.
page or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's super
Oh, that's
nostalgic. You should
nice.
check it out.
Yeah, I might. Space
There's
Hay.
not
That's
an app for it yet, but you actually have to use your web browser. But oh yeah, nostalgic as hell.
well, I mean, yeah, I might check it out. Might
Yeah,
be a thing.
absolutely. Especially, I mean, you have something to promote. You have Push the Attack
Yeah, I do have Push the Attack.
for sure, and you
uh,
guys are awesome. So
well, I appreciate it. Wow,
yeah,
thank you.
absolutely. I mean, come on, you guys know you have a special place in my heart, my neon heart. Not to pun you, but
I'm like,
from one attacker to another. Oh, look at that! You are in the chat room, aren't you?
it's weird. This camera's counterintuitive. Like I lean one
Oh,
way
I
and
know
my
it's like mirrored. I know. I
Yeah.
always have to like go like this to like point over at you. It's super weird. All right. So when you were in the
Yeah.
beginning of your when you were in the very beginning of your music scene journey, now did you okay, I'm gonna figure out how to word this. Did you have any like trials, struggles type of thing, like with booking, promotion, even writing music?
I'd say like the biggest struggle growing up, trying to, start a band, break into the scene is finding people, that have that same level of commitment you do and, keep them interested, keep them in the practice room to actually progress. You had a lot of people coming through that love to say they're in a band just, I guess, for status or whatever, just to seem cool, but
Yeah.
don't want to put in the work. So one of the biggest struggles for me was finding like-minded people that really wanted to pursue it.
Right. It has to be like super, especially like not even just like, back a few years ago, but even more so today, I feel like one guy plays like one chord on a guitar and they're like, "Oh, I'm a guitarist." And it's like, "No, you actually have to put the work in." You know what I mean? Like it's not that easy. And
Yeah.
you of course
You
know
got
that because it's really not that easy.
you got to play 3 chords at least before, yeah.
Maybe like one and a half and then like you can just keep practicing.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. That one
Whatever.
half chord, if you played it good, yeah.
All right. So now what year did you and Push the Attack happen?
Well, the actual like formation of the band, I'd say was around 2016, 17, somewhere around there. But it took us, like I said earlier, about the people, finding like-minded people. It took us a while to
Right.
actually get booked and get on the scene. I think we played our first show, I want to say it was 2018, early 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have been pretty damn serious now for going on what 3-4 years now.
Pretty damn
Oh my
serious.
gosh, it's
Pushing the track.
2021. Jesus. Okay. Um
Yeah.
wow. All right. So all right, when you guys had actually formed and you guys started writing music, was it like super good chemistry or was it kind of like button heads or like what
What?
when it comes to writing, what can you give as advice to people possibly watching that are trying to write?
Well, I say right off the top of my head, the biggest thing is like you gotta listen to everybody's ideas. Like somebody's gonna bring something to the table, and you can listen to it, or you can say like, oh, that's cool, but what if we add this to it or do this a little differently? That kind of thing. You got to be open minded
Right.
ultimately. But the writing process for us, it's been pretty smooth. Like I'm sure you're familiar with our single, our music video, "Bottom of the Bottle." That
Absolutely.
song actually came together like by accident. It was like one of those just freak accident things that happened. I think I was inside the jam space. I was fiddling around with that opening riff, and then I think our other guitar player just kind of like poked his head. He was outside smoking. He poked his hand. He goes, "What? Did you write that, or was that something? What was that?" And I was like, "I'm just dicking around over here." And he goes, he puts the cigarette out. He never does that. Runs back inside, picks up his guitar. He's like, "Do it again. Do it again." And that day we wrote that song. I mean, like Corey had some lyrics, and yeah, we just poked it
Oh
out
my
and
god.
become one of our favorites.
See, and that's honestly like the chemistry right there, just by kind of like the chemistry that you guys had, but also like by accident. That's the whole reason that I got into what I do, is because, I was able to go to a few behind the scenes band practices. And I feel like if everyone went to a band practice and saw how hard it was and everyone's like stress and anxiety, just because it's not just writing music or writing lyrics and having chemistry, it's also promotion, booking. You guys have to worry about so much as a
So
local
a
band
lot of
because
things.
you guys aren't just given everything. So when I started my business, that's pretty much the whole reason as to why, is because I saw how stressful it was, even though it was a great moment that a song was just it was amazing. Like everyone came together, started playing the same exact stuff that meshed well together, and there was a song. But I still saw the stress in everybody's eyes. Now, that leads me to my next question as to when you guys had first started and you guys were getting ready to book your very first show, was it pretty stressful for you?
Oh man, yeah. Like our very first show was a community center show, and I want to give a shout out to Adam Seelbach, who's done a lot for the scene. He gave us our first shot, and we haven't looked back since.
All right,
Amazing
Adam.
guy. Lead singer of Inferior Design, great band. So
Okay.
check them out, please. And so
Shameless
leading up
plug.
to that first show, though, here's a weird kind of like how it happened. See, a band had to drop out. We had a former member who was a bass player, drum player. He left our band to join that band that dropped out.
Oh, jeez.
So it was kind of a weird, I don't know, I don't want to call it karma, but like just kind of, yeah. So my 16-year-old at the time cousin, Xander, who's our current drummer, he stepped in and was like, I'll do it. Yeah, I can play drums. I'll do it. And I was like, well, we got to lose, right? So he may have been learning the songs for about a month maybe. And yeah, we just jumped right on the bill and opened the show, and we did pretty good, and I haven't looked back since. So it was pretty stressful trying to get everything ready, smooth, and, mistakes happened. But all in all, it was a pretty good show. I mean,
wow. I'm sure you guys were like super, like, you guys probably looked at each other in the middle of your set and you were like, oh, thank God. Like everything's going okay.
Oh, for
gosh.
sure. I had this moment where I was like, it might have been our second or third song. Like, I looked over because he was doing something funky on the drums. Like, he was doing something way too early. I was like, that's fast. I was like, what is going on here?
Oh my
I'm sure if you go like, there's videos on it, and you go back and look, and it looks like we got it together and know what we're doing. But oh my God, it was one of those scary like deer in the headlight moments. We're like, ooh, do they like
Absolutely.
us? Cheering and moshing, so they must like us.
It's like one of those things that just kind of happens, but it also sticks. So it's like, screw it, let's just go with it,
That's another thing, if I can say to people that want to get into it, like being on the stage and performing is both, well, it's like time's going slow. Like you really memorize every single moment, but at the same time, somehow it's over in an instant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's a weird experience, and you really can't use words to explain it. But when you get up there and you go through it, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know.
Yeah. And honestly, like I've talked to quite a few people. Like I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've talked to quite a few people about, when you're up there, everyone always says savor every single moment. As soon as the lights hit you, as soon as that first, note is played, you have to savor every little teeny tiny bit of it, because as soon as you blink, you guys are unloading and trying to load into the cars, the trucks, the vans, everything.
Yeah,
So
whoever said that, they know what they're talking about.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's almost kind of like a bittersweet type of thing, because even though, you're stressed out, you're anxious, it's like you guys are having the time of your life up there, you're with your brothers, and then, okay, next people.
Below the trailer back.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Like,
so when it comes to you guys being in a different city than your original local scene, is it a warm welcome? Are you guys pretty nervous about it? Or is it just kind of like oh crap, we're here?
yeah. It's a little bit of both. I mean, it depends really. Sometimes we'd go somewhere like an hour or two away, and people just kind of just stand there, not really paying much attention to you. So you're just playing for the sound guy, basically. But then sometimes you'll go somewhere new, and then they just welcome you with open arms, and they love the hell out of you, try to buy you beers or whatever. I mean, So you get both in there. It
Yeah,
depends.
yeah. So
It
it's kind
also
of like
depends on,
a
your
50-50.
friend's band.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
I'm sure you're very familiar with Dying Oath.
Yes,
Love
I
them. I
am.
love them people. I've known most of them for years now. Well, we played a show. It was Salisbury, North Carolina. We were on the bill with them and Midnight Massacre and Noxus.
Okay.
And that was a great show. Like, we had so much fun. The people really came out to support. Man, and see that's why I don't have like fears or anxiety so much when it comes to traveling far off places if there's like a familiar, friendly band there, because
Right.
at least we got that for us. At least we got friends there with us going through the same thing. And I can't say enough good things about all these bands that we made friends with in the scene. And these venues too, venue owners and
Oh, yeah.
everything. Yep. Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys, because of how much I've been sharing you guys and talking about you guys, especially because, Smash Attack is talking about another attack. A lot of people up here in Pittsburgh are like, oh, yeah, we're going to have to check them out. And they do. And I mean, you guys have fans up here in Pittsburgh, and that's what, 6-7 hours away, possibly 8 hours away where you guys are.
Pretty
But I
good
mean,
bit.
you guys have some pretty good fans up here already, and people are talking about as soon as it's showtime again. Hey, Smash, you think you guys can get them? You get them guys up here. So
That'd be
you guys
amazing.
already have shows like booked for you up here if you guys want them. So
Appreciate it.
absolutely, for sure. So when it comes to you and your writing process, now, if I'm not mistaken, you're the lead guitarist, right?
Well, yes and no. We trade off.
Okay. All right. So you have a 50-50 love with lead and rhythm.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, do you like to write by yourself and then show the band like all of your stuff that you've written, or do you like to team up with them, just take it head on and just be like, hey guys, listen to this?
It's actually a little bit of both again.
Okay.
So I come up with like some riffs and stuff, and I'll like pitch it. And I'll be like, okay, what about this? And it'll be like, hell yeah, man, we'll do that. Or they'll be like, that's cool, but what if we do this too? What if we add that to it? And that kind of thing. So it's like we pitch riffs, we pitch ideas, and either they stick as we pitch them, or there's room for improvement, or we just put them on the back burner and never talk about it again.
Gotcha.
Right off camera, there is a whiteboard with like names of projects we have started, and I don't think we're anywhere close to finishing, but we might get there one day.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we don't know how long this pandemic is gonna happen, unfortunately. Like, we don't know if it's gonna end tomorrow or if it's gonna go another year. Let's hope that it does not, because
Yeah,
if I don't have a
please no.
show soon, I'm gonna lose it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna lose it. But when it comes to that, especially like pandemic stuff, have you guys been writing a whole lot? Can we expect some new stuff from you guys?
Yeah, we got a few surprises in the works. I don't know if I
Okay.
can get too vocal about
Don't
it, but yeah,
disclose. Don't disclose. Just do the little nod your head type of thing, and just we'll leave it at that. All right. No, we don't have new music.
you'll find out when you find out.
All right. Well, honestly, as long as you guys are working on some stuff, like as soon as I found you guys, well, actually, I think you guys found me first, but as soon as like we've been acquainted, I guess we can say I have been a huge fan, not just because of your name, but also because of your music. And every time that I talk to you guys, I mean, you guys are just so supportive. And that's one thing that I wish for everyone in the music scene is a lot of music scenes in the last like 5-10 years. Everything has gotten really toxic, and people get jealous of another band, or, people are like, oh, well, why should I support them if they don't support me? It's kind of like, like that one lane and that's it, like the one-way street type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you guys are not like that.
Oh
So,
no, our scene is everyone is just so friendly with each other. All these bands, we're all working together. We're raising each other up, supporting each other. And if there is any drama, it gets weeded out real quick.
yeah,
So for right now, our scene is good. It's Gucci, as the kids say.
it slaps.
Sure.
Whatever that means. But yeah, see, like I almost kind of like, it's one of those things where I kind of wish that I was in a different scene that I am. Not that I hate Pittsburgh scene. I absolutely adore my scene. However, it's very cliquey, like in high school. Like, you had the
Oh,
jocks, the cheerleaders, the other preppy kids that didn't have anything, the nerds, the IT guys or whatever.
yeah,
It's
all the
very
clicks.
much so like that here. Even though it's metal and rock, it's still very, very cliquey. And you have one group of people that hates the other. And it's almost like one of those things that's like, we're all here for the same reason, regardless if you're a musician, if you're, a manager of a band, a promoter, a venue, someone that books shows. You're all here for the same reason. You're in the local music scene. Why the hell can't we all just get along and like gas each other up, per se? You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? So
Absolutely.
it's almost like I kind of wish that I was not like born and raised in another scene, but it's kind of like one of those things. It's just, now that I've seen the toxicity of a scene, it's nice to have you guys as like a almost kind of like a breath of fresh air. It's like you guys are friends with fucking everyone, so it's like it's
We
super
ain't here
cool
to
to
make
see.
enemies. We're here to, yeah.
Exactly. And it's super cool to see, we don't, here in Pittsburgh, like one of my friends is actually in the comments right now, and he is also in the Pittsburgh music scene. And he is talking about how a lot of people are kind of like posers. And that
Oh,
really is how it is up here. Like it's so weird up here, and a lot of like the very highly populated areas of local music scene, like our whole south side in Pittsburgh is nothing but venues. You can always find music down there. And it's really cool, but at the same time it's like, okay, well, if this band is playing on this block and that band that they hate is playing like 3 doors away from them, it's like, anything could happen. And it's almost like you're going to have an anxiety attack before you go to a show. So it's like,
mm,
that's why I love hearing and seeing like everything that you guys put out, because your scene is totally different from ours. And I know that it's different everywhere in the states, especially, in other countries and stuff as well, because I deal with people like Canada, some people in Ireland, some people in France actually I deal with.
global.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, these bracelets have gone everywhere, I'm telling you. But
Pardon me.
absolutely. But it's just it's so weird, like whenever you would come into the scene, I feel like it's probably a totally different scene from then to now, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. I know that I don't want to like point fingers or nothing, but a lot of the metal elitists killed the scene about, now I'd say 15 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, the resurrection it's been a slow process, but now you got all kinds of different jobs. I don't know what you would call Push the Attack. I mean, we're not exactly metal. We're not maybe a hard rock if we're just being like all encompassing, but I don't know what we are really. We're like a mix of metal, power ballads, and punk.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have, honestly, like I think that that's like super cool though, because you guys have a little bit of everything for everyone.
Absolutely, and that's
So if,
why, yeah, that's
you
why
know,
we started this thing.
exactly, especially for me, I mean, like the last interview that I did, I was talking about how my playlist goes from, it could go from Frank Sinatra to Seven Dust to Corn to, Young Jeezy. Like I listen to everything. So it's like one of those really awesome things to bring in whenever it's just like a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and that's exactly what you guys are.
Yeah,
So,
when that EP drops, you're gonna be surprised. You're gonna like listen beginning to end, and you'll be like, "Was that the same band?"
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, like with the stuff that, because I'm not gonna lie, I did creep you guys on YouTube a little bit,
That's
and just
fine.
to see what I could find, because like honestly, like I said, you guys definitely gained a fan. But whenever I searched on there, I heard 3 different songs, and I was like, what the hell just happened? And I was like, that was super cool, because honestly, it's like you're going to see, 3, 4 different bands, but it's just one band.
It's
Like,
just
you
one
guys
band.
just like nail everything. You guys have so much talent that you just go for it, and it marks every single checkbox that you could possibly mark. So I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna see you guys eventually. I just have to
Oh yeah.
get my ducks in a row.
Which I got to tell you, if you have never been to a Push T Tech show, there's another thing we do. And I don't know if you've seen this, heard about this, researched it any. The pit champ. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Okay, so here's what we do, right? I take it up on myself to make these, we'll call them title belts.
Okay.
Out of like cardboard, duct tape, whatever. And we'll be at shows and we'll try to, incite a little bit of moshing, a little bit whatever. If we see one individual in the crowd who's like giving us some energy, really just going ham in the pit or whatever, they could leave as the pit champ for the night. In fact, here's one of them.
Oh my God. I love that so much.
This was actually supposed to be a belt we brought to Bristol on Halloween for a festival, but that ended up getting canceled because of COVID. So I'm going to have to save that for whenever we play another show.
Absolutely. That's super cool, though. Like, I love bands that are very, like, crowd reactive.
Oh, yeah. We love that.
It makes you go so much harder, I feel like.
As a fan, as someone who always went to see these bands before I ever really set foot on stage, it was always cool to me that some bands would, throw out stickers, T-shirts, whatever.
Yeah.
And, just giving back to the fans because, without fans, you really can't be out here doing this practically anyway.
Exactly.
So it was just my idea to be like, I'm going to do something special for them. I don't know what, but eventually I landed on that. And people really get behind it. We have two-time winners. We have a tag team pit champs out there. We got when COVID and all that started, there was this thing I did called the Internet Attack Champion, and basically that was just whoever I see on my feed liking, sharing, promoting local music or whatever, I'm gonna make you the champ. And that went over really well.
Super cool. Oh my God, I love that idea. Well, I did see, I think it was actually on the Push the Attack page that I did see somebody with a belt like that. But I was just kind of like, okay, what is that? But I think that they had tagged you guys in the picture, so there wasn't much of a caption. But I have seen a belt like that before. That is so cool. Now that I know like the backstory, I'm just like, oh my God, I need to come see you, even more so now. Oh my God, I love it. It's
just one of our staples at our shows, yeah. I don't know if that's what gets people to go or not, but it's fun. Everyone likes it. And as far as I know, no one else is doing it. It might be an original idea. I don't know.
Oh man, Push the Attack's coming up with some trademarks.
Maybe.
All right. Well, you know what? I'll have to research some stuff and I'll send it to you for some trademark stuff, because you might be onto something.
Right on.
All right. So we got a little bit sidetracked, but I did want to ask you, what was your biggest inspiration for getting into music?
Ooh, that's a hard one to pick. Well,
all right, top 3.
Okay, top 3.
Top 3.
Well, the thing that sparked it, I guess, was my friend Paul. Back when we were 14, 15 years old, he had inherited a guitar from his late grandfather. It was like a Les Paul copy, and he had an amp, and he had this wild hair. He was like, let's form a band. I was like, cool, what can I do? He's like, well, I think it'd be hard to find a drummer, so why don't you try to be the drummer? I was like, cool. And then obviously I'm not a drummer now.
Right.
So some things happened. So he's the one who really got me into actually wanting to play. And then my second would have to be my dad. And he's been playing about all his life. He's been playing as long as I've been alive. And it's, I guess, nothing I really felt the need to pick up and learn myself until, you know, Paul came along. And then, like, I went to my dad and was like, I might try to learn how to play music. So he gives me this rinky-dink electric guitar and teaches me some chords. And I just kind of took it from there. So I got my dad to thank for that. He also gave me my first drum set. And then number 3 would probably be like Night Zero. Again, that local band that as a boy I'd go to local sports bars and rec centers and watch them, and just fell in love with it and decided I wanted to do that myself one day.
So you just needed like 2 little pushes to realize, like, this is in my blood. This is something I need to do, type of thing. Yeah,
it wasn't blatantly obvious to me, but it became that way. Now I just can't imagine life without it.
Exactly.
There is no life without it.
Exactly. Honestly, if I couldn't imagine myself without music either. Like, even with the scene and meeting, you know, and it makes me so sad because there's so many bands that in this lifetime I'm never going to get to know. But I'm super happy that I got to meet you guys because your whole, thank you, because your whole, like, you guys are very positive. You guys are very crowd reactive. You give back to your fans tremendously. And it's just like, that's people that I want to have in my circle, because music should be fun. It shouldn't be like this humongous, big issue type of thing, you know, how some people make it out to be. And I'm happy to have you guys in my circle, from one attacker to the other.
Thanks, dude.
Absolutely. So is there anything that you would like to promote as of right now?
Well, I know that everyone's probably getting tired of us saying this, but the EP is coming. Okay. The light is at the end. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, it's just a matter of getting some edits and mastering, and it'll be there. We're working on it. And other than that, I'd just like to give a shout out to a few local bands off the top of my head. Phil Number Heroes. I don't know if it's really visible. They are a great band out of Mount area that we've had the pleasure with playing with a couple times.
All right.
Fear Design, Dying Oath, Midnight Massacre, Push Button Apocalypse, just to name a few. Sever the Wicked. Why not?
Oh, I'm gonna be buying the Push Button Apocalypse leggings soon, because those are super cool. I just got my Dying Oath long sleeve shirt in the mail, and I messaged Mindy and I said, listen, I'm anemic and it's wintertime, so whenever spring hits, I'll buy the t-shirt and I'll buy the tank top, because I cannot do that right now. Absolutely not. Like, I have my heater running right now because I'm in a t-shirt. So it's all right though. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it wasn't for local music scenes, I feel like a lot of people would just kind of lose it and go bonkers if they didn't either have the music to listen to, or if they didn't have something to do. Like, if you're in the local music scene, you can't pick up your drumsticks, or you can't pick up your guitar, type of thing. So has it been affecting you guys at all with, you know, are you guys going nuts with this whole pandemic that's going on?
Yeah, it gets hard to not only try to book shows, but to even try to practice, you know.
Right.
It's been a while since we've all been here together practicing. You know, we get like one person will come over one week, and then the next it might be 2 people. See, we're very spread out. Like, I know you're not familiar with the geography of this area, but I'm in Independence, Virginia, and you got 2 people that live in Wythe County, which is about 45 minutes to an hour. Then our other guitar player's in Lexington, North Carolina, who's like 2 hours away.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, we're very spread out, and the weather's not been helping. COVID's not been helping. So it's a slow go as far as practice and anything like writing new material goes, let alone shows. I mean,
yeah.
they have a show in the works. No, I'm just gonna shut my mouth right there. I'm not gonna say anything else about that.
You guys did not hear anything. You guys didn't hear anything. Erase
Just
that
kidding.
from your imagination. Nothing happened. He was just trying to see if you guys were paying attention.
Yeah, I got you.
Haha, wiener.
Oh man, right
Yeah.
on.
Well,
I'm glad that I was here on the inaugural episode of this. I didn't know I was the first.
Yeah, well, honestly, like, so with this page, so with United Ambition, the whole, like I was telling you, the whole goal behind it is for any beginners or anyone that's getting frustrated, discouraged, whatever. I wanted to have, our Way Back Wednesdays and Flashback Friday interviews for musicians who have been in the scene for quite some time, regardless if they're musicians. You could be photographers,
Yeah.
promoters, booking agents, whatever. And I kind of wanted everyone to come together because that's what a scene should do, regardless of what state you're in, what area you're in. And I wanted to show people that, they're not the only ones that went through it. So all the struggles, all the anxieties, some people get depression, which is totally understandable, and it's just nice to see that people aren't alone when it comes to this type of stuff, because when I started 6 years ago, I didn't know where to turn to. I wanted to promote, but I had not a clue, and then you like, oh, well, YouTube has everything. So let's like go over here onto YouTube and like look up some videos. And it's like all of the videos for it were on like bands that were like Seven Dust in this moment, like even up to like Motley Crue and Bon Jovi. And it was like, so how do I promote local bands? And then I just had to kind of like learn for myself, which I'm sure that you had to learn how to promote you guys yourselves and manage and do your merch and stuff by yourselves. And it's not easy. It's like, okay, what the hell am I doing? And is there someone we can call? Do we have a lifeline? But I just, like I said, I wanted to get this on here. And Brent and I, which Brent goes by Cho a lot on Facebook. So if you see, So when it comes to him and I doing this, he is taking Fridays, I'm taking Wednesdays. And then today we were just kind of like, I'm like looking over at my calendar and I'm like, okay, Way Back Wednesdays, Flashback Fridays. What about Throwback Thursdays too? And he was like, you're nuts. And I was like, I can make this work. Because like I said, I will do anything for my scene, and the whole state is my scene. A few countries is my scene. I don't care. I'll do anything. And he was like, exactly. The whole earth, regardless if you think it's flat or round, it is my scene and I will die fighting for it. I don't care.
On the front lines fighting the battle.
Exactly. I'll take bullets. I'll take whatever. Daggers, swords, flaming arrows. I don't care. Like, we're in like World War Z right now. I don't care. So
I hope no one comes at us with some daggers. That'd be kind of scary. I mean, like, comes at us violently at all. But, I'm glad that we have you on the front line protecting us.
Absolutely.
Smash the attack on them.
Listen, I have, I'm prepared for this. I have a baseball bat, aluminum baseball bat filled with cement. I am prepared.
Oh, man.
Let them people come at me. I don't even care. That's not professional. I shouldn't have said that, but I don't even care. I will do anything for my scene. So if that means something to you, that means something to you. If you're offended by it, I am so sorry. But yeah, so Cho and I, we were trying to like figure out like with Throwback Thursdays and stuff, and he was like, you're crazy. And I was like, no, I'm not. And he was like, yes, you're batshit, girl. Like, you're nuts. And I was like, listen, I only have classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And he was like, you're going to school. And like, you know, we were talking about how like
Yeah.
I have my business, I'm trying to promote, I'm going to school because I am going to Full Sail. And, you know, we were just kind of talking about how nuts I am. And I was like, I don't care. Like, this is my scene. And you were the very first Throwback Thursday, and Throwback Thursdays are now a thing. And it it was only a week into us doing interviews, and I was like, we need an extra day because we were completely filled for February. And I'm so, so proud of that because there's
Yeah.
so many
You're
people
doing
that
great.
want to talk. Yeah, there's so many people that do want to talk about the beginning of their journey. And it makes me so happy because for all the kids that just recently got guitars, got basses, got a whole drum kit, or like the electronic drums or a microphone for Christmas.
Oh
If
yeah.
they see these videos, they're going to be like, well, I guess it's not that bad, you know, and they'll have faith in themselves. And that's the
Gotta have that.
future. That's our future rock and metal generation, you know?
Oh yeah.
So
And we
it's
got to
like,
keep actual music alive, you know, and that's
absolutely.
yeah, that's the most important thing. Oh, I think my wife just got home. Dogs are barking. Sorry if I picked up.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah, but
Well, I mean, as far as you know, people that want to start your journey, there's a couple things, at least from my perspective, you should know. Like one is both the best and worst thing you could possibly do. I mean, as far as like getting yourself wrapped up in this hobby, it's going to stress you out. It's going to push you physically, mentally. But if you're passionate about it, it is worth it. The payoff is worth it. And I don't mean like
absolutely.
monetary pay. It's not going to pay the bills right away. One day, hopefully. But and then
Hey,
as far as like my own personal experience goes, the main roadblocks for me have been finding the right people to do it with. And another thing you don't really think about, like it pays, but you know, it doesn't pay the bills. So you're still gonna be working a job and trying to do this, trying to find a good job to accommodate both schedules and that kind of thing. That can be tricky. That's a challenge.
oh yeah.
And this stuff ain't
It's
cheap.
not cheap. Nope. Not at all. Listen, and that's one of the reasons that I give Cho so much credit is because he's doing the guitar giveaway. And along
Yeah,
with that, he's promoting so many
hoping to win
people
that one.
with that, you know? So listen, every single person that I have seen say that they've entered, every single person has been so, so deserving of it. And I'm just like, we
Can't go
have
wrong.
like, and honestly, okay, so I grew up as an only child. So like the music scene, when I say it's my family, it really is my family. Like every
Oh
guy, every girl that I talk to every day, those are my brothers and sisters. Like you guys are
hell
my brothers, and as of tonight, your wife is my sister, so deal with that. but
yeah. You hear that?
but yeah, like honestly, it's everyone is just so deserving. And you know, I don't care if it's my cup of tea or whatever you want to call it, but every person that is going out there and putting their hard work, dedication, heart, blood, sweat, and tears type of thing into something, they deserve a chance to be heard, you know? So
Absolutely.
it's not just a waste of time. And I hope that every single person that ever watches this video, regardless if it's right now or like 17 years from now, when we're like super old. But,
Yeah.
you know, I hope that everyone understands that it's all worth it. And it's, you know, regardless if you are going into it as a musician or a promoter or someone that manages bands, books shows, a talent buyer, whatever you are in the music scene, it is worth it. And I know you can tell me the same thing or them
Oh,
the same
absolutely.
thing. It's worth it. There's a happiness that comes out of it that's just you can't there's no words to
No,
explain it to
it's
someone, and it's not you can't describe it at all.
an unworldly gratification you get from just being involved. I mean,
Exactly.
like you said, being a fan or a photographer or a promoter, venue owner, whatever. And what you're doing is you're just pioneering an amazing platform for people to have their voices heard. And, I love your mentality about this. You're trying to pick up more days to do this. And I mean, I hope that it doesn't become a thankless job. Like for people like myself, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're really doing the good work for us. And there's so many bands out there that just need the spotlight that you're providing. And just thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, the only way that I really ever want like repaid, please just keep putting music out. Like that way, like I have something that makes me happy. I not only something that makes me happy, I can, happen to promote something, or, regardless if it's a song or if it's like a full EP, if you guys make it and it's just a humongous album, I don't care. Just please keep doing what you're doing, because I will go nuts if you don't. But, and I like, honestly, like that goes for you and like everybody, I give everybody not just one, but 2 chances. And when it comes to 2 chances, that means like, maybe I didn't hear your best song. Or
okay.
maybe I didn't see you on a good sound night. Maybe the sound guy was kind of an ass. I'll check you out on like Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or whatever, Apple Music, doesn't matter. Or,
that's a great mentality to have.
Something exactly, because like, just because it could have been a bad recording, it could have been a sound check guy that was just a total asshat and he didn't even know what he was doing, but you guys did want to give him a chance, so like, whatever. Yeah. But like, I have like a 2 chance policy type of thing, and sometimes 3 depending on who you are, but everybody deserves to be heard. And just because one recording may have been a little staticky, it might have not been the best, go check them out somewhere else. They might have a better version of it on YouTube, or they might have a SoundCloud that has like a full out, like, this is what they did, and check it out. That's the only place that they really promote themselves on, type of thing. So everybody needs to kind of go into it with that. They can't just like hear a few notes and they're like, oh, well, that's not my type of music. No, every type should be your music, because everybody deserves to be heard.
Yeah, so, it's like, why limit yourself to just one type of music or just one style, Like,
absolutely, yeah.
The only one you hurt yourself, really. Just keep that open mind and enjoy everything.
Exactly.
What's the harm?
Yeah, and that's why, like, my friend, one of my friends, she's actually like starting to become a person in the promoting world. And she's going by the name of Nikki Nightmare, which I think you've probably seen on my Facebook. But
I might have, yeah.
This girl is literally a music dictionary, because there's not just one genre she sticks to. I mean, she could tell you country, pop, 90s, 80s hair band, 80s ballads, like everything. Like, she's insane. I never play the song game with her anymore because she always wins. And she always like shows everybody up. Like, it's disappointing and depressing to play with her because she's so damn good, But I feel like if almost everybody had like the same mindset as her and I, when it came to being super open-minded, yeah, it might not be a style that you've ever liked before, but as long as, you're giving this band a chance, like, there could be a lyric that sticks with you from that band for the rest of your life. You might get that lyric tattooed or printed on something, and you could owe that band possibly for all of it. It could have saved you from something, because music, I know for a damn well fact, music saves the hell out of me a lot. From going into a deep hole that, especially during the pandemic, it's like, I want to go see shows. And it's like, all right, well, I'm just going to have to blast music here in my headphones, and we're just going to act like it. So,
yeah.
But yeah. So, I don't know. It's just, music is, you said earlier, you can't imagine your life without being music, right?
No, can't imagine a life without music, because there is no life without music.
It would be so boring.
Oh man,
it would
can't imagine. I don't want to imagine.
Yeah, right. So that's that's another thing that I kind of hope that a lot of these people are seeing is that if you don't have music, you don't really have anything.
Yeah, it's just a bleak existence without music.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm all out of questions for you, but that was like a really kick-ass interview, and I'm happy I got to know you more. And
Absolutely.
I'm
Right back
super
up.
excited for the not EP that's about to come out and like the show that you never mentioned.
No, the EP is coming out, and that's
We just don't know
against the
when.
law. We just don't know when. Hopefully soon. Hopefully this year at least. Oh man, it
Listen,
has
we're
been
only in
a
February. Don't ever jinx yourself like that. Hopefully this year. We have like how many more months? We have 10 more months. Don't jinx yourself like that. It's gonna happen this year. Come hell or high water. I will come down there and I will kick all of your guys' asses to make sure it happens.
Hey, our part with it's done. We're just waiting now. We're just waiting.
Okay, well, you point me in the direction of every other person that's holding it back, and I will get them. All
Smash the
right.
attack.
Well, yes, exactly. The attack family is coming. Don't mess with us. All right. Well, I appreciate you so much doing this interview with me because not only did I get to know you more and a little bit more about Push the Attack, but it's nice to see that there is other people out there like me that just, your heart wants to burst when you talk about music. And it's so nice to see that. It's so, so nice to see that. So, guys, if there's anybody still in here, oh, yeah, we still have a few people in here. If you are still watching this, if you are watching the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. Please, 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 please follow Push the Attack, not only on Facebook, but they have everything. I mean, you can find them anywhere. Anywhere where you can find music, they are there. So go ahead and follow them. Share the hell out of their stuff. They absolutely deserve it. And I honestly think a lot of you guys would really like it because, like I said earlier, they have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's something for everyone. So when it comes to you, my friend, you just keep doing what you're doing. Keep creating kick-ass stuff, awesome stuff. Oh, for sure. I'm not going to stop. I'll die doing this.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the interview. That's all we really have for you tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow with, let's see who we have here. Let me look at the full calendar because I'm very proud of this. All right. Flashback Friday is tomorrow with Richie Randall of Gravehuffer. And that is going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is going to be an interview with Cho. And I hope all of you have a great night and even more so a great weekend. Unfortunately, there is no music, but I hope some of you are getting out there practicing. And you, my friend, you better stay awesome, kick-ass, creative, and safe, and don't let the Rona get you.
Absolutely. Right back at you. It's been a delight. Hopefully we'll do it again sometime.
Absolutely, for sure. I'll have you on the Smash Attack page at some point or another.
Hell yeah.
Which
Looking
all you
forward
guys
to
better tune into as well.
Yes, please.
All right, my friends, stay safe, be careful, don't let the Rona hit you. You're awesome. Love you guys.
You're awesome.